Are we live? Can you check on the channel to see if there's another live stream?
Yeah. No. Well, actually, yes.
If another. Oh, sick. Okay. I gotta send everyone from the other one. Oh, God. Whoa, whoa, whoa. All right. Oh, my goodness. That was so complicated, guys. I'm sorry. We are about 20 minutes late. Let me see. Hello, all right, everybody's coming in from the other one. Again, I apologize. Oh, you guys, I was taking the hairs out of my head because I was stressing out. Who knew live streaming could be so damn complicated? Oh, man. Hello, Gerardo. Catman, what's up? Ryan, nice to see you here. All right, cool beans, guys. We're live again. All right. Well, thank you guys for joining our first live stream. We currently have 22 viewers. Holy crap, that's quite a bit. That's more than I expected. But I wish I could actually talk to you guys like a Zoom call. But I am reading your comments. So, is the audio good? Is the video good? Oh man, you guys don't know how much I was struggling to get this set up. Cool beans. All right, well, I wanted to do this like a Q&A, or if you guys have any questions on the ScrapStang or what we got going on. There is a couple things in the works. We do have a project car coming in from Robert Lugo, one of our Patreons. Cool beans. I think everybody is here again. All right. Oh man, I was sweating trying to get this thing to work. It just wasn't working, and somebody said ALB. If you guys don't know what that means, I can't say it on the stream or I'll get banned. But let me tell you guys a little bit about the project we might having. Wow, I just realized that it's live and I can't cut out my stutters. So you guys are gonna see the real me and the way I actually stutter. But anyway, so we have a project coming in hopefully within the next couple of weeks. It is a 1950, correct me in the comments, Robert, 1956 glass par. And if you guys don't know about those cars, they were the first fiberglass cars in production. So it should be a pretty exciting project. We have wiring, engine relocation, actually an engine swap, and we have to build the motor mounts, cross member, and all that stuff. Kind of the same thing we've done with the Mustang. But 1954 is the year. But yeah, so we have a lot of that stuff coming up. But yeah, any questions you guys want to do for a Q&A? Let's see. Randy Thorne says, what's up? Well, what's up is we were trying to get this stream going for 20 minutes and it wasn't working. But I can't believe you guys are still here. I was about to call it quits, I'm not gonna lie. But we're good here. But yeah, as far as the ScrapStang, I actually have some parts that I haven't shown you guys yet. Let me go grab it. Where is it? Okay. I was pretty excited for these. They are Hedman equal length headers. So just to get a little bit more equal scavenging on the engine that we have in there. But the issue is I don't know if these are actually going to work. The heads that we have on the ScrapStang engine that we just rebuilt, they're known for having issues with the spark plug location and headers. So I probably have one of the most complicated header designs with the most complicated head with the most complicated spark plug. So I don't know if these are actually going to work. I haven't tried them yet, but they were $80 or $60 on Facebook Marketplace. So even if I can't use them, I could resell them and get my money back. So cool beans. And of course, Demon View with the jokes said, if Patreons are going to be printed on the side of the glass part on the customer's car, I'll let you answer that, Robert. Yeah, we're gonna put all the ScrapStang names. Actually, let me show you guys the ScrapStang names for those that haven't seen it. So these are all of the ScrapStang names. Of course, you guys know the Catman, Robert Lugo, of course, as well. We have a couple new ones that we have to put on here that we haven't done already. But, I mean, this quarter panel is looking pretty damn good already. And I love the way that the font color matches the wheels. A lot of people have been telling me I should paint this thing, but to be honest, I love the ugly. What do you guys think? I love the ugliness and rawness of the car. It just adds to the character. It works. All right, let's go back over here, guys. Sorry to move you guys around. Okay, back on our chair. Let's see if we have any questions. Can you check it again? Yeah. Okay, I think we're back. It just cut out for a sec. Headmans. Yeah, you're good. Okay, Headmans are notorious for fitting well. Okay, well, that takes a little bit of worry off of my shoulders because I was worried about that because I don't want to buy headers and just to not have to use them. Let's see. No person. Are the floor pans clean on the Stang? Well, that's one thing I actually haven't shown you guys. There is a little bit of rusting going through on the floor panels, like where the toe boards meet. Actually, I mean, I could just take you guys over there. Let's see. Let's get a flashlight. Also, what did you guys think about the new seat we have there? So, it does have a little bit of rusting going on right there, but I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, what haven't we done and cut and replaced on this car? So, I'm not too worried about that. It's just a little bit of rust, a little bit of welds, and that's it. That's all we have to do. Let's see. Cregan asked, what ECU are we considering? We're not really going ECU. We're just gonna do a basic like 12-22 circuit wiring harness. So it doesn't have a computer. This engine did have a computer and an ECU before, but we're going to be going carbureted. If anything, I would like to go Phytech. I have been in the talks with them to possibly give us a discount on that. What do you guys think? Should we go Phytech? I've met them twice at two different events. Met them for the first time at SEMA, and then I just met them this weekend at, last weekend at the Good Guys Auto Show. And luckily their marketing manager recognized me, so I think we're good there. But yeah, we have to send them our information once again to see if we could get something going there. But yeah, so let's see. when do we do our first cross country? So for those of you that don't know, I am in my flight training stage at Marana, so we haven't done cross countries yet. I believe that is the next step. Cross countries in aviation sense means that we have to land at 3 different airports with a total distance of 50 nautical miles. So we should be doing that soon, but that's also where it does get expensive because aircraft rentals, I mean, they're not cheap, and we have to pay for that entire flight. So I might need to wait a little bit for that. How many more hours for my pilot's license? Legally, you need 40 hours. I have about 36-ish right now, but I haven't finished my training. So I can't even if I get to the 40 hours, I don't think I'd be able to actually get my license yet. Most people, the average in the US for their private pilot's license, they get to 60 hours before they actually take their test for their private pilot's license. Yeah, I agree with Robert for what the ScrapStang is. We got to keep it rough. A lot of people have asked me, even Sarah has told me that I should paint it, which, I mean, I can paint a car. I did that for a living for a while, so it's not that I can't paint it. I just don't really want to. It's ugly in its own way. If I take it to a car show, I don't want it to be the prettiest car there. I want it to be the ugliest and the rawest car there is there. But let's see. Yeah, we can patch it. So I'm going to LA. I mean, we were actually thinking about going to LA for the first week of April, thinking about going to Disneyland for my wife's birthday, but plans have changed since this month has been getting really busy. Like I said, last weekend we went to the Rod and Custom show up in Phoenix. We spent 2 days there with Robert. That's actually the next video that's going out. It was supposed to go out this Tuesday, but since we're doing this live stream, I think I will push it to Friday. But I think you guys will like that video. It came out pretty good. It was a little shorter than our usual stable videos, but I do hope you guys like it. Let's see. About a new complete floor pans for my Stang. Hopefully they're not too hard to install. Kobe's #1 fan. I actually have never replaced floor pans, so I wouldn't even be able to tell you how difficult it is. But I mean it's all sheet metal, and at the end of the day you just cut it with the grinder and weld it up, and it's pretty cool with these. It's just spot welds most of the time. Let's see. Ian says it keeps stopping. Let me know if you guys are having any issues with the stream, if it's lagging on you guys or if my audio is cutting. Let's see. If that's what I to save on money. Yeah, Demon View has a very good point. His wife is also a pilot, and they bought their own plane, and that saves you a ton of money in the long run. Which we did. I did have a plane. Let's see. This was my plane that I had in at Ryan's Airfield. It was based there. It was a Cessna 150, a little 4-cylinder engine, and these are kind of the they're kind of the commuters, the Camrys, the Hondas of the aviation world, because they're small, they're underpowered, and they're cheap to run. So I actually traded that for my first Mustang. Hold on, guys. So this was my first Mustang. This was a little blue. A lot of you guys already know that. But I actually traded this straight up for the airplane. I drove it to Ajo, Arizona, where the airplane was based, and me and the owner flew it back to Tucson, Arizona. And then the car sadly stayed there. But it was, that car was my first daily driver, my first Mustang, what I first started wrenching on. But yeah, happy wife, happy life, of course. Save money, plan the cross-country segment. Let's get it running fast and roast those tires off. Speaking of, let's get this thing running. The Catman has officially started the fun for the intake, so we have that going. It's going to be an Edelbrock Performer RPM intake, Edelbrock RPM intake. I know that there's a difference in the RPMs and the Performers, but it's going to be the more high volume one for higher revs. Streaming is fine here. Cool beans. When I was first learning to fly a 150, it was 16 an hour to fly? Holy crap. Yeah, I'm really old. Yeah, the rentals here are insane. For a dual time per hour on a rental is $214, which is $214 is per hour, and you need 40 hours minimum, and average is 60 hours. So you guys do the math right there. It's pretty insane right there. I still have future fender flares on the wall. I see you. Yeah, I do have the fender flares from that 150 on the wall, or the wheel flares. I sold the plane and I actually forgot I had those in my garage. So yeah, it's funny because I'm in the same boat as you. I'm building a Stang right now, daily driver. I'm also starting flight school soon. Wow, Kobe. What is your name? I know it says Kobe's #1 fan, but I want to refer to you as your name. But that's actually pretty cool. You are in the same boat as me because you're building a Mustang and restoring a plane. I find it crazy how much I have in common with a lot of the viewers on here, and it's just pretty cool. Also, I asked my Patreons this on the Patreon page, but what are your guys' dream cars or dream projects? So yeah, throw them in the comments and then we'll go over them. But one thing I really want to do in the future, and this is all encased together, but I want to build a kit plane. And for those of you that don't know what a kit plane is, it's literally okay, cool. Okay, sorry, I got cut off there. This internet is not too good here. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. I'm not going anywhere. All right. Anyway, what I was saying about the kit plane. So you buy the kit and then you assemble it and then you get it approved. But I think it would be so cool to build an actual airplane here on the channel. Imagine we're going from building Mustangs to building airplanes. So that would be really cool. But we would need a hangar space for that. So maybe in the future that's the new stable, the Stable 2.0, where we can build the cars and also build an airplane. And Mr. Catman is going to design it 100%. He's going to build us a hangar home. So, cool beans. Let's see, what were your guys' favorite or dream projects? Michael Moreno says a 64 lowrider Impala. That's pretty damn cool. I actually have not been into the lowrider scene as much. Not that I'm not interested, I just haven't been around it, I would say, which is weird. I know you guys are saying, what? You're a Mexican and you're not around the lowrider scene? No, I haven't. I'm not around the truck scene either too much. Come to think of it, I'm not around any scene at that. But Mr. Catman says, I'm fortunate to own both of my dream vehicles. That is actually really cool because he has two really nice Porsches. One overland type Porsche off-road, and the other one is a Canyon Carver. So he says he's going to drive it down here one day where we can review it. So look forward to that, guys. And he's back. An RV8, yeah. Quick 65 Philly says an RV8. For those of you who don't know, that's a kit plane as well. The cool thing about kit planes is that obviously you want to assemble it in the best way, but you don't need to be a professional builder or have a certain type of license in order to build it. So that's the really cool things about kit planes, but they are registered as an experimental. That's a whole other thing I'm not going to get into right now. But let's see. Kono Photos, it does that.
Well, you know.
Yeah, okay. I think we're back. Sorry, I apologize about the in and out connection. Somebody thought Sarah unplugged your feed. Anyway, when we were building that, narrowing that 8.8, that was one of the coolest things that we've done because it's a very intimidating thing. I even called a couple shops around the area to see how much it would cost to do something like that, and nearly all of them told me either that they don't do it or they don't want to do it. So it's kind of weird because say if you really needed to do it and you didn't want to do it yourself, who are you going to call and who are you going to take it to? But cool beans that you're building a 65 coupe. We need to keep these Mustangs alive. We need to keep asking Angel obscure questions. We'll have him running around the workshop so much he'll be fit enough to run a marathon. Speaking of marathons, the Catman does it all. I'm sure the Catman can outrun me and outperform me in any scenario, because he does a lot of running and staying in shape. I'm sure he's in better shape than I am. Let's see. I've been starting to document my '65 Mustang Resto, but I keep forgetting to record. I have a few videos though. This would be my first gen Mustang. Ian, come on, man! You got to post those videos. We have to keep everything online because a lot of these things that we're doing here are dying with the older people that did this in the 60s, in the 70s, and in those times. A lot of the skills and a lot of the things that we have to do with modifying and fabricating are dying. So you got to post those videos, man. Let's see. I have built 4 RVs. Mr. Randy Thorne, you didn't tell me you built 4 RVs. RVs are airplanes, by the way, not recreational vehicles. But let's see, dream build would be a 65, 66 fastback, or as a Trans Am build, as a Trans Am tribute. That is actually really cool. For those of you who don't know, I don't have a picture of it around here. We also built a 65 fastback in the back of my mom's garage. I'm sorry, in the back of my mom's house. We didn't have a garage, so I was just outside, and it took me 2 years to build it. I had a pretty good budget because I had just sold the airplane that I showed you guys right now. So I had some money in the bank, and I rebuilt the Mustang full time in order to buy another airplane. That didn't end up happening, but we ended up selling that Mustang, buying property and all that. But we built a 65 fastback. I don't post a lot of videos on it because I no longer have it. So yeah, dream built would be mini Star Wars Imperial spaceship. All right. VW Type 3 squareback. Enjoy your content. I will admit, I miss seeing you bust out laughing at Sarah's silliness. Yeah, we haven't been on Sarah's channel all too much. The last thing we did where I was on there quite a bit was the body work for the Celica. But that took like 6 weeks of full-time days. So that tired both of us out. I'm sure she was tired of me. but yeah, we help each other here and there. Sarah helps me a lot with the channel, actually, more than you guys see. She gives me advice and helps me grow the channel in a way, even apart from the shares that she has done. The internet is being a Karen today. The Catman says he owned a 1966 Pontiac, let's see, Canadian sister to the Chevelle. Oh, I remember him telling me that. Those are actually really good, really cool looking cars. Let's see, Sarah did she wanted to take in the food cake. Angel burp cake. I apologize, guys, I couldn't hold that in. I have tools for when you're ready to build. Randy, yeah, let's we need to get together when we build an airplane. But first, Mr. Catman has to design us our hangar home. And first I need to be able to afford to pay him to design our hangar home. What wiring harness are we going to use? I think we're going to be using a Speedway 12 circuit wiring harness because it is the cheapest one. But if we go EFI, I would like to go with the 22 circuit harness. I think it's like $200. But I mean, we have to save up for that too. The main reason I haven't been posting on content for the ScrapStang is because well, we need parts for it, and that's been getting harder to come by these days. But we should be the next video is going to be about the GTI, where we have to sell it and getting it prepped for the sale and how to maximize selling your car to get the most bang for your buck. So yeah, let's see. I have a few on my other channel. Ford people will not like me based on the drivetrain choice. Yeah, Ian, you gotta post it regardless of what Ford people will think. I've had a couple people pissed that we did a Mustang 2 swap and cut out the shock towers and changed the whole suspension. I mean, we relocated the engine, so I mean, people are not gonna like it. It's the name of the game. Lauren says, I miss my 85 Monte Carlo SS. A Monte Carlo is pretty damn cool. I want to build a bank account, a reputation, and an audience, and the ability to retire. That's a really good one. Yeah, I feel like I can relate to you there. Let's see, can't wait to design the aerodrome. Yes, Mr. Catman. So me and Mr. Catman have been in the talks of our future plans here, and the goal is to build some sort of hangar home on a aviation community. So for those of you who don't know, there's aviation communities where it's just a bunch of houses like a regular neighborhood, but there's a runway smack in the center of it, and your driveway are taxiways. So you wake up, you open your garage door and pull out your airplane and you fly wherever you want. So the goal in the future, if this channel takes off, is to build some sort of hangar home, and then we could build airplanes out of there, build cars out of there. So hopefully that's in our future plans. I bought a 2013 V6 Mustang as an eco daily driver. I found out that it has over 300 horsepower out of a V6. That's pretty damn sick. That's pretty cool. Do you think I could reliably daily drive a carburetor, or should I invest in EFI for the 302? You can definitely daily drive a carburetor. Like I said, I showed you guys that blue Mustang. I daily drove that, and that was a carbureted engine in Arizona. So it's probably the roughest condition other than high elevation, which heat, it being hot here, the elevation is about 2,000, but the air is as thin as being at 5,000. Anyway, sorry, off topic there. But yeah, you can definitely daily drive a carbureted engine, and I would recommend it too. An EFI system is fancy and it has all the goodies, but if you don't have the budget for it, I wouldn't recommend it. It does help with cold starts and making sure it's tuned right, because say you go up a mountain to carve the canyons. Now you have to rejet your carburetor and retune it. So that does get annoying, and it's one of the reasons I want to go EFI on this car. But then again, this isn't a daily driver, so. But yes, to answer your question, you can daily drive a carbureted car. Let's see, Carb can be really reliable, all in having tuned it up well. Exactly, yeah. It's all within the carburetor adjustments. But it can seem overcomplicated and frustrating to tune a carburetor. But if you narrow it down to one adjustment at a time, you can get it easy peasy. I've been able to fly I've been to a flying community off Tangerine. It's wild. I used to have a buddy that lived there. Rockstar fan, are you from Tucson? Because yeah, there's a flying community up in up north here, and it's pretty cool. But it's on the fancy side, so there's private jets going in there, and and nicer planes than the flying communities I've been to. But I actually have a friend that purchased property at a flying community, and it wasn't that expensive. I mean, the most expensive part would be to clear out the land and to actually build something on top of it. Back in the day, all we had are carbs. You kids with your fuel injection are so spoiled. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I can't really say anything because none of my old cars have been fuel injected yet. I'm hoping this one will be. I just want to see the differences, and then maybe that could also be a good video to put out, is the differences and how reliable is it? Is it worth the price tag? So that's one of the reasons I really want to collaborate with Phytech, because we could put that information out there for all you guys that have these questions. If you guys have these questions, a bunch of other people have the same questions. So Mr. Catman says, Angel, what is your dream build? Well, if it's a car, honestly, the ScrapStang is my dream build. I built, the last car I built, which was the 65 Fastback, was it was a really nice car, but it wasn't a car you could enjoy. And I want to build a car I could enjoy and drive the hell out of. And we're building this exactly to my liking. The last Mustang, I built it to whatever would sell, whatever would give me the highest dollar, because that was the overall goal of the car. But I mean, the ScrapStang, I'm building it for me. I want it to do exactly what I want. And let's talk about the goal of the car. I want it to drive. I want it to drive perfectly, and by perfectly, the blueprint for that is a Miata. I know it sounds ridiculous to make my Mustang drive like a Miata, but for those of you who have driven a Miata or a perfectly weight distributed car, it's insane how hard you can push those cars and how easily you'll correct it. I want this car to be predictable, to be light. We're not out here trying to make 1,000 horsepower, because that just makes it not very fun because I want to mash on the pedal and hit the canyons and hit the corners without possibly dying. So that is the goal for this car. I just want it to handle nice, be able to corner hard, and I want to take it sideways. I want to burn some rubber. I want it to be, I don't want to have to worry about getting rock chips, or even if I slide it into a curb or a barrier or something, I don't want to care. And I don't, because it's ugly. So, good question, Catman. Let's see. Carburetors are very reliable. You just need to keep them maintained, of course. Let's see. Manual chokes are not legal anymore. Is that true? Could somebody confirm that? Is that manual chokes aren't legal anymore? I did not know that. Nice job on your first solo. Thank you. You could do a video where you're sitting in the ScrapStang making race car noises, and we would probably watch it. I could. I mean, if that's what you guys want, hell yeah. Yes, sir. I live by Sarah's shop. There is a hidden one off of Tangerine. Yeah, the airport community that is hidden up there. I think it's called like I'm not too sure. Let's see. I am doing EFI with my 65 because it would be my first, and at some point a turbo may be added. Well, that sounds pretty damn exciting for one of these little cars. I was honestly thinking about boosting the last one as well, but and then I got a reality check when the engine builder said, well, you need head studs, rocker studs, forged pistons, forged rods, which you don't really need. You could throw 6 to 8 pounds of boost in a stock engine and it'll hold. But I mean, if I was already at the machine shop, why not make it last, right? But like, for example, the engine that we built on this, if we get a turbo kit sponsored or something, I mean, why not throw some boost at it? Let's see. What's fuel injection? That's actually a good question. Fuel injection, hold on. So, we have a carburetor here. Very good example. We actually have one there. So this is a carburetor, your basic 60s technology. Some of you are going to get mad that I said that. But this is a Venturi style fuel delivery system. So the carb in here, it has magic. I'm not going to explain it. It mixes the air and fuel to a precise ratio where it'll explode or combust in the most efficient way possible. A fuel injected system has a computer and sensors that measure that, so you don't have to go in there and tune it specifically. You can, but the computer should be able to do it by itself. So that's fuel injection will shoot in that proper amount of fuel for the amount of air that's going in there. But yeah, that's the simplest way I can put it. That was a very good question. Let's see. The glass bar is getting a 1956 265 Chevy with tri-power, 3 carbs, and they all have to be synchronized. That's going to be fun. You're right. That is going to be fun. The last time I had a vehicle with more than one carburetor, it was a motorcycle, and I actually never messed with the tuning on the carburetors because I did not want to. I did not want to get into that, but that was also when I was like 17, so I'm not intimidated anymore. So we will tune those 3 carbs properly. The Catman says, more importantly, what's Karen's dream car build that you will eventually fulfill? Holy crap, Catman, that is a great question. I think she has to be here for that. Let me. Yeah. All right, Catman. I can't answer this question for her. So, right here. So, the Catman says, what is your dream car build that I would have to build?
Baby purple 66 Mustang.
Baby purple 66 Mustang?
Yeah.
Okay. And automatic, manual?
They're gonna hate me. Automatic. We'll leave his to standard, but not mine.
Thank you for you answering the question. All right, Catman. Thank you. Now I have a job to do. Now I have to go on Facebook Marketplace and look for another Mustang. Let's see. Why didn't he say it was a Thunderbird? Cool beans, guys. You guys. There is a lot of activity going on here. This is more viewers than I expected. So this is pretty cool for a first live stream. I know we had a rough start to this, but thank you guys for being here. Let's see. But yeah, we have to build another Mustang for the wife. Baby blue. Yes, if it was an automatic transmission, it does have to be a C4. You can do an AOD swap, but more commonly the C4 manual transmissions are used. I don't know why they're called C4s if they only have 3 speeds. I guess if you count reverse as a gear. But yeah, Dale. Yeah. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. It's actually the perfect day to do this because it's windy and cold outside. Arizona can't decide if it's winter or summer yet, so it's just been, yeah. Diane offered to teach Karen how to drive manual. She might change her mind. Yes, Robert Lugo and his lovely wife Diane, they took us out to dinner after the Good Guys event, so thank you guys. They're pretty nice, and Robert is the one that has the glass part of the project that might be incoming for the next couple months here. It's windy in San Francisco too. I think we're all of us on the West Coast are getting, on the West, Midwest, whatever, are getting a slight weird weather here. Dale, you're from Mesa? That's pretty cool. Yeah, it was raining here last night. It wasn't forecasted to rain, but yeah. Need a 351 to use one of those though. For the AODs, Lauren, C6 had 3 as well. The C6 had 3 gears? Huh. So was it just basically a bigger C4? Stock car around this 351. You can get us where we have to be in a manual. Yeah, so my wife, I've taught her how to drive manual before, and she's got it down pretty good, but she just refuses to. Yes, just yesterday, we pulled over to the side of the road on the long stretch before getting home, and I said, do you want to drive? And she said yes, and then she changed her mind. Let's see. It's not windy in Portland, just overcast and rainy. Reminds me of home. I'm sober, but I'm sober. Mr. Demon View is from Portland, which we love Portland. We've been there 3 years in a row, not this year. But Portland and the general area around it. We've been to Eugene, Hillsboro. If you guys ever go to Oregon, it's just beautiful, despite what everybody says. A lot of people love to complain about that cities are trashy and dirty, but every damn city has its thing. Yeah, Oregon is stunning. The Catman agrees, and the Catman knows. The Catman is also from a beautiful place. Canada has a lot of good. Oh, Rockin' Poppy lives in Eugene. Eugene was actually my favorite place to go. We stayed up in a cabin up in the mountains, and it had a river going on through the back of it, and there was nobody around, so we basically had the river all to ourselves. But yeah, shout out to Rockin' Poppy that lives in Eugene. Let's see, Ian Pash says, I'm going to use a TKX 5-speed, fits best without any heavy modification. Yes, those are pretty expensive. Last part I will get besides the drive shaft. Are you thinking of going aluminum drive shaft, lightweight flywheel? That's kind of where I'm headed with the ScrapStang. I really want a lightweight flywheel because I want a fast revving engine. So that's one of the things I don't think I will compromise on. I don't think I want a stock flywheel. I want the engine to be snappy. I want it to be fast. I should have clarified. The Demon View says I should have clarified. I'm originally from Ireland, so this is very Irish weather here today. Huh? That's pretty interesting. What is Irish weather like? I've heard that it can be pretty cloudy and rainy. Let's see. Yeah, my dad. Robbie says, yeah, my dad's 70 station wagon had a 390 C6. Okay, so the C6s were 4 speeds. That's pretty cool. Maluma. I'm having trouble pronouncing that. Boostin 1503 says, I love visiting Monoma, thank you. Monoma Falls. I think we have been there. I'll post pictures on my Instagram. But we have been there. We hiked up to the top of the fall actually. So that was pretty cool. Never built a manual car besides the '66 Beetle, but that was my first car already. Cool. Yeah, the Beetles are pretty cool. Obviously, a lot of you know that Sarah built a Beetle, and I helped to build that and do the bodywork and stuff like that. Let's see. Guess we have a lighter flywheel. Yeah, lighter flywheel is definitely the way to go. Like I said, I want this car to be snappy. I need it to be light. We're not pushing a lot of power, so we have to juice wherever we can to get the best experience out of it. Why did I decide? Robert Lugo says, why did I decide to start a YouTube channel? That is a very good question. The name Rookie Pilot, it has nothing to do with automotive content, but I started it back in 2019 when I purchased the airplane or traded the Mustang for the airplane. So the idea was to make a YouTube channel out of my experience as a student, as in flight training, and I had my own airplane, so I thought, this is going to be the easiest thing ever. I have my own airplane. Flight school is cheap if you have your own airplane. So time went on. I tried filming and doing things like that, but by the time it came to actually posting videos and things like that, the pandemic hit and everything just got so complicated. Of course, you guys know how wherever you stand on that issue, everything was pretty complicated to do in that time regarding being somewhere or buying things. Everything was in shortage, so a lot of factors came into it, but at the end I had to sell the airplane before I could even start making videos on the channel. And like I've said, I sold the airplane and bought the 65 Fastback that are the first videos on this channel. And so, I mean, I kept the name because I expected to fly and expected to still do the videos on that topic. But yeah, I started the channel to do videos on aviation content, and it ended up turning into an automotive channel where we rebuilt that 65 Fastback, and now we're here. But we are finally getting to starting the aviation side of this, which is pretty awesome because I've gotten a lot of good feedback from you guys. The videos don't do as well as the in-garage stuff, but the few people that do watch them and that do comment, it makes it worth it. So yeah, that's why we started the YouTube channel. Good question. Let's see. Jasper playing beautiful there. No. The beetle fell off. Was it jack tilted? Oh, the beetle fell on me because the jack tilted. I'm very careful with jack placement. Luckily, oh my God, Ian says he had a Beetle, a Volkswagen Beetle fall on top of him. Luckily those aren't very heavy cars, but you had sorry, I shouldn't laugh, but now just reading that was so, what? Luckily you're alive here and commenting. Let's see, Demon View says, plane should be ready for collection next week, so I will be driving down I-84 passing Multnomah. I have so much trouble pronouncing that. The wife will fly back to the hangar and I'll have a 3-hour drive back. Jeez, that sounds fun. The wife gets to fly. How long would it be? How long is the flight for your wife if you have a 3-hour drive? I'm assuming it's probably going to be about a third, so she's probably going to take an hour to fly back while you have a 3-hour drive. Let's see. Lots of us kids love airplanes and automobiles, so it works. Correct, Catman. It doesn't matter. We're all kids. We're all kids at heart. I have a bunch of white hairs, but I still consider myself a kid. So yeah, airplanes and automotive stuff. I feel is pretty exciting. So, but flying can be boring at times. The most exciting parts of flying is the landing and the takeoff. Once you're up in the air and you're cruising, it's kind of boring other than sightseeing, but here in the desert, all you have to see is dirt. So, and once you're up above like 5,000 feet, you can't even tell what is what. It looks like a map. It's just flat. Even mountains look flat. So I have to try to make the videos interesting for the aviation part. So that's why I just try to include the landings and the takeoffs. But yeah, let's see, 40 minutes on lesson. 40 minutes, it's gonna take her 40 minutes? Wow. Yeah, so yeah, just about what I was expecting. Wow, it's gonna take her 40 minutes and it's gonna take you, Demon View, 3 hours to drive back. She's gonna already be home having lunch, but you're just gonna be halfway there. Let's see, Send High Performance says, nice work on the car. You are a big inspiration for my 64 Ford Fairlane build. That is so damn awesome to hear. You guys don't know how happy it makes me when I see comments or people message me saying that one video inspired them to start working on their car, or it gets them excited to work on their car. That's what it should be. It's so damn cool to hear that, and it really helps motivate me to make more of these videos. So I very much appreciate your guys' feedback, and and all that. I do read all of the comments. I know sometimes I don't get back to all of them, but I do read them all. Let's see, 260 Ford engine. What about a 260 Ford engine? Those are pretty cool. I think Mr. Catman said that he had a Fairlane with a 260 Ford engine. They're in the small block family, so they're just the baby brother to the 289, and the 302 is the older brother, if you wanna call it that. But they're all very similar engines. Ronald Leonard says flying gliders is never boring. I actually have not flown a glider before. It is on my to-do list because gliders are cool looking airplanes. It's kind of scary that you don't have an engine, so you're pretty much in a state of emergency the entire time, even though you're not. But it's. I mean, I'm just used to planes with engines on them. So, John says time to do aerobatics. That is actually so damn fun. I say that like if I've done it before, but I haven't. But from the videos I've seen, it looks very fun, and that's also why I want to grow the aviation side of this channel to explore those options and to get to know new people and to go to Oshkosh. For those of you that don't know what Oshkosh is, it's the aviation mecca of the world. It becomes the busiest airport in the world during its event cycle. So that's one of the most exciting things to do, right? Randy Thorne says landing and takeoff is great, but engine. He says landing and takeoff is great, but engine failure is exciting. I'm sure you're not going to be yawning during an engine failure, so you are right. Did I already sell my VW? No, it's still here. I should be selling it within the next week or two. I have a trip that I have to take to Flagstaff, so I need it.